Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the ALG League week number 7, and we have ourselves your match on stream. It's going to be the Kings Grant Killers up against the Zealous squad, who are just absolutely formidable so far this league in their group. They have an 11-0 record. Impenetrable wall is what it looks like. Definitely not as penetrable as the optic green wall today, as they were taken down by my Toronto Ultra. Now, we'll see if some giants might fall today, as well with the showing up of Team KGK, if they can battle it out and maybe take a map or even potentially the full series against the side of Zealous squad. You know, statistically, it's extremely astronomically unlikely that we see the side of KGK even take away a single map in this one, but you know, anybody can perform better on any given day, and it all comes down to what you bring to the table on these matches that matter so much. As Team KGK, they're on the brink of maybe not making it in the top 4 of their group. They have a 5-5 record, but there's a few other teams that are battling with them to try to get that top 4 that also have about 5, if not, you know, close to 4 map wins as well on their, or series wins on their board. You got the Las Vegas Spades at 5-5. You have 302 Esports Gold now at 5-7 to end their week off. So if the side of KGK, they drop both their matches this week, they'll be joining Gold in the 5-7, just battling it on the edge. And you got OP Black, you know, this dark horse coming in, filling up that 1-7 spot that was left behind by Next Gaming. They will be surging up as well, you know, with their matches and their wins. They're getting on stream and off stream this week, as well as they got more matches next week to try to add up onto their tally. So every single match is counting for these teams at the end here in the race to be in the top of the group here. And Dawn of Chaos, they are 1 win away. If they can get their next match this week to go their way with a win, then they will be exiting the week with a spot guaranteed in second place for the group. That would be really something special for them. But there's obviously, time will tell to see if they will be able to retain a top 5 spot in the group. But we do have this formidable wall of Zealous in here for you guys to enjoy the matchup against Team KGK. And well, we got some maps for you guys to check out for this matchup, and here they are coming to you guys on screen. Is going to be the matchup maps. It's going to be Garrison to start things off on the hard point. Interesting pickup for whatever team that decided to pick this one. We got ourselves Moscow S&D, which was one of the most prolific map mode combinations so far today in CDL matches. You saw Toronto Ultra take a Search and Destroy on this map. Take a Search and Destroy Moscow against Optic Gaming. You see the reverse sweep finished off. Spoiler, if you guys haven't checked out the end of that 100 Thieves match, they were able to win the reverse sweep on the Moscow S&D, icing the London Royal Ravens, which was an unbelievable series in the end there. What a crazy comeback, and keeping the 100 Thieves losers bracket run dreams alive. Like we've saw in the past, you know, the 100 Thieves organization, they are not shy or nothing new to them when it comes to losers bracket runs. It'll be interesting to see how they stack up against the New York Subliners, though, as we still have more maps here stacking up. We got that Control as your map 3, given the map that is guaranteed, the last map that we have guaranteed in this best of 5. But if we do see an extension, we will see that hardpoint raid first, and then potentially to end things all off, an S&D raid would be on the cards. Now, this is going to be an interesting matchup. There's a lot on the line for the side of Team KGK. Zealous squad comfortably in first in their group. Taking losses right now wouldn't hurt their record. It would only just show weaknesses potentially for teams to look at, learning up on and researching up on, and looking to exploit for playoff time. Teams on the other side of the bracket. But we will have this match starting to load up here. Just gonna make sure we got everything together for these two. and we might have the overlays flip-flopped, but we'll see what ends up happening there. Other than that, I'll make sure that I got everything set up for you folks perfectly here on the stream. We got ourselves Team KGK on the right side, and it's going to be Zealous Squad on the left, on the blue, for this one. As we're going to be jumping into that action right here, right now. We'll be jumping in, and my cat wants to get in on the action, get a little mixy in the comms right here. As we're going to be jumping in here, Team KGK on your right, and Team Zealous Squad on your left here. The formidable foes of this Group B and potentially of the entire league itself with their known egos. Faith, he's going to be getting a kill right here. New addition to their roster as well, as the sub, as sub/player. They don't currently have any subs left on their lineup due to roster issues they had, so this is their 4 for everything. If they do lose anybody, they will have to sacrifice maps and modes if they are potentially down. But here we go. Zealous Squad looks like they're going to be off to a flying start here, grabbing early time like you'd expect them to do. Not really giving an inch to their opponents here. Team KGK trying to find something, trying to find early time and hit, and he will end up shutting down Stay Chill in that 2-piece. By the hill, he's going to get himself a third. He's streaking hard, guys. This is Hidden. This is what he loves to do. If you're new to him and his team, well, be prepared for a lot of streaks to go on here. As Hidden, he's going to be on 5. This was his breakout map and debut map where he did absolutely dirty things in his debut in the ALG League, and well, he's gonna continue to pull up with some dirty moves in this one, as he's gonna be at 8 and 5. Action is happening away from the hill right now, as it's a back and forth battle for these rotations, and Hidden will get taken down quite low, but decide to back it off and heal up. He's going to start to fly on out here, try to challenge for these spawns, and Hidden will find one right in the face. He will shoot out, he will back up, he will play and use his streaks here. He might drop, but he won't, as he's going to be able to get the next kill coming through. Hidden streak will find Stay Chill, taking him off the map. That nade will find Hidden. Hidden will be aggressed and pinched in at Tools. And the opening time on this hill is going to go the way of Team KGK, which is great for them, but unfortunately, it's so little, and they're going to need to grab a lot more and make this one a lot more impactful. They're going to have to grab so much more time off of this, but Team KGK, they aren't able to get themselves onto the hill any longer. They just keep getting pushed back like an older brother holding their hand on their shorter younger brother's head to hold them back from fighting. That's what it simply seems like right here. It's just, two levels, two differences that are just too wide and one-sided. Faith's gonna look to finish off Nick. He will. Nick was down to a little sliver of health. Zealous Squad. Everybody's been pretty much Jealous Squad when it comes to watching what they're able to do so far this league. Utterly perfect performances against all of their opponents in this regular season so far, and continuing. So this time is now going to go way of Team KGK, and they will try to find as much of it as they can to try to work their way past that 50 mark. I feel like they're gonna be playing for small victories right now throughout this map here, seeing if they can go 50 points at a time. If they can break that 50-point mark and not get 50-point clubbed, then they'll work towards that 100-point club, as that would be the next most embarrassing mark and then obviously try to close in closer and closer to 150 to 200, so that they can look a lot more competitive. As Zealous Squad, they're just absolutely stomping their opponents right now. Kez on a 5 streak himself, he will decide that he wants to go on a little hot hand. Hope as well gonna go hot for another kill. That's a 5 streak for himself, as well as Hill Time. He's Mr. Do-It-All in the moment. The shots will be good, tight angled shots. Threading the needle onto 2 more. Faith in the background also streaking onto 4. Everybody on the side of Zealous Squad. It's like Oprah out here giving away presents for free. Everybody on the side of Zealous Squad feeling some sorts of joy, being given practically free kills at times. And here's the free smoke by courtesy of Hope. 21-7. The man is on a 10 streak. Double digits. Gonna look to try to find more. We'll find Smurfry. He will not be able to take down Stay Chill, who comes in from the ladder. The streaks will be able to be bent like Beckham into this factory warehouse. As Zealous Squad's players all having so much fun right now. Tearing apart Team KGK, and Team KGK just working, trying to get themselves across 50 points. Save themselves that extra humiliation, but also taking the time to play out the match and use it as a learning experience. Hope will empty a few extra bullets into his opponent there. Smurfry. Let's see if we can jump on with him as he's going to be going under these tanks. Kez will connect with 3 players out of the 4. Taking them down. And this is going to be a free point for the side of Zealous Squad to earn time off of. And they can still win the game off of this hill. As right now all the success continues to go in their favor. As trade kills also going in their favor. Points here continuing to tick on by, and trophy will be dropped. Let's check out and make sure these guys aren't all rocking trophies here, so they are following everything. So this will be a legitimate game here, counting without any trophy issues and GA breaking affecting it, as Team KGK do not win the round and do not win the map. It will be a map win for the side of Zealous Squad. Opening things off, very dominant, very, very dominant performance. A stern dicking, one might call it. As Team KGK just not able to muster much resistance to the deadly roster that Team Zealous Squad has put in front of us. As rough scenes for Team KGK, as they get absolutely dominated here. And I talking to them before, the players, and I don't think any of them are into that thing. They're not really, it's not really their flex to enjoy being dominated. So, you know, it's an unfortunate scene, but at the same time, it's definitely one that's well deserved and, you know, continues to be well earned. All of the praise, all of the success so far that Team Zealous Squad has been able to, you know, accrue in this league thus far has definitely been, you know, honest. They've been beating these teams, and by a strong margin. You know, very consistent. Their consistency is of the highest, and their performances have been to the highest standard in this league thus far. Not dropped a single map. You know, it continues on to a streak now of 34-0 when it comes to maps, folks. That is extremely impressive, if you would ask me. As we will be jumping into a Moscow S&D as our next map here, our next course on this path to pleasure so to speak, if you're looking at this from an angle from a Zealous Squad fan. But if you're a King Grant Killers fan, you guys gotta be loud. You guys gotta get in here. You gotta pump up your team. I want to hear some of you guys in chat, and any people in here that tries to give a ton of flack to those cheering for Kings Grant Killers. Well, this is an AM League. You can calm it down. You can tone it down. Just gotta show love. You gotta let people show love to the people that aren't even at the top in this situation. Regardless, there's definitely things to be happy about for both sides. Respectful that Team Kings Grant Killers do continue to play out this series when in these maps when they find themselves down by a considerable amount. As we are going to be jumping into this next S&D here, we are going to be wrapping our heads around this side of once again. Zealous Squad most likely will take this next map as well here. I have a prediction. I'm gonna say we see a six ones have been what they've been putting up on the board so far, quite consistently. I've been seeing 6-1 scorelines for Zealous Squad S&D ones, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly what we see here in this map. As though it is, one thing you guys got to look at. Search and Destroy, it's a more forgiving mode now when it comes to pacing. You can slower play it. It's all about pick management, life management here, and hope we'll find the first pick. Faith and all them push on through, and it's going to be all left to stay chill on this hill. And well, the last player over by checkers is, the rest of his teammates were caught playing checkers, and this side of Zealous Squad playing chess. He will also fall. And that was a very clear as day map. First opening round start win for the side of Zealous Squad as Team KGK just, once again, guys, the resistance here is really lacking. But KGK, gotta show up. One strong thing to say is stay chill. Got himself a kill on the round. Small victories, minor victories. Hope did take a death there, but everybody on the side of Zealous Squad finding some sort of profit in the last round, apart from obviously just the overall team getting the round win. As a bomb site's gonna have, it's gonna be a 2-2 hit for the side of Team KGK. Nick Brick will find himself the opening kill. He will take down one, but Hidden will take down Clarity in the response. Smurfy gonna look to take down Faith as he rotates over. He just gets tagged up here. Number 3 from behind. Kez can get a really big kill onto Nick, and that's gonna slow things down tremendously. Smurfy is gonna look to try to wrap around here and get the kill onto Kez. He spots him, and shots will not be able to finish him off. The choke on that one. That definitely should have been a kill in his favor. Faith will be spotted out and taken down by Stay Chill, as he has both weapons at his disposal here. Stay Chill just around the corner here. He's going to make his way over to the A-bomb site. I'm not quite sure he knows it's free to plant at. He needed to drop that bomb faster. But Kez will be taken down. Stay Chill. He's going to have to go for this plant. He could have played for the kill, and his body will be shot as well. The desecration right here. Hidden. Showing up. People in chat might have said these guys are reformed and without ego, but man, those body shots right there, they tell me a different story. As Hidden. Big balls being dragged across the face of that player he just dropped. As Hidden on a 3 streak, coming off of that last 2 rounds, as they've been looking very good. Apart from Stay Chill nearly clutching up a 1 versus 3 there. 3 kills to Hidden's name and a big push with 3 players coming through from Zealous. Hidden will open things out with 1 big kill. His teammates will be there for trade kills as well. Smurfry gonna play this corner in checkers. Will he be able to find one? No, Faith will drop him instead. No Faith for the Fearless. As the Fearless just keep on pushing through. And that is the side of Zealous Squad finding themselves with a lot of success, and Nick gonna get pinched up like a nipple from an older brother. 3-0 is the scoreline in the Search and Destroy. KGK find themselves backed even further. And a body hidden, just laying out these players, filling them with lead. Whether or not they deserve it, he will turn them into dartboards. Just poking holes in them for recreation at this point. Team KGK just no real estate, no points on the board. They need to find some sort of success at least here. Just being able to see one round go their way, what an absolute treat that would be for them. Their spectators would be having something to cheer about big time. But dreams may still be dreams. Stay chill in the 1 versus 4. Will find one big kill, but he should be collapsed upon shortly here. Faith will shoot into, will just slide across to give away his position. Zealous Squad will find themselves another round, and that's a nice clean and clear bait and switch right there to get the kill on the last player. And Hope here coming in and really shredding a lot of the hope in the fans of KGK hearts. And Zealous Squad continuing to reign supreme here. And Hidden showing up time and time again in this league for this team. Monstrous performances back to back. He had a big one in that Garrison. He's going to show up big time here, continuing to show up big time in this Search and Destroy with a 6-0. Nearly a 7th kill for a streak in this S&D on Moscow. As Hope will not be able to take down Stay Chill. Stay Chill will stay alive, and we see a 4 versus 3 in favor of Team KGK. This could be a round, pardon me for jinxing potentially, but this is a position that Team KGK should take full advantage of. They're gonna give away the bomb plant at A most likely here. Unless number 8 might be able to take down Faith, but you know, sometimes it's just not, it's not so easy to kill a man named Faith. It's going 3-1 right now. 1 death to his name. 3-3 is gonna be the players, the amount of players here. And Hidden will call out his streaks. Will they connect on anybody? I do not see anybody being connected upon. Stay Chill will drop to Hidden. Hidden is on 8. He has a, not a cluster, but a missile to still use. Smurfry will get 1 big kill. Hidden will wrap around to finish him off. No body shots to end this round, but 5-0 in the round record for the side of Hidden and Co. We'll be moving into that 6th round, and this could be a 6-0 here on the cards for Zealous Squad. If they're able to take this one, and Stay Chill trying to do his best to drag this horse across the field. Polarity, an absolute eyesore right now, going 0-5. Unfortunate for his team to see this, get this kind of performance out of him. As we know historically, he's good for better performances. And well, this cruise missile is going to come in and most likely take out the remaining players here. The last one, Smurfry, going to be chilling an elbow here. It's going to be left in the 1 versus 3. 0-6 for Clarity is potentially the score he ends this Search and Destroy on. Might need to change his name to Owen Clarity, because he's 0-6 here, and to end this Search and Destroy, and the team 0-6 here in the Search and Destroy will drop to Zealous Squad, who win this one. A flawless 6-0 record in the S&D, and their S&D overall improved to 12-0 as they make it back-to-back maps here in this matchup. And we will be moving into a 3rd and potentially, you know, and most likely final map in this one if KGK does not wake up soon. They need to be able to bring something to the table, you know, some sort of answer. It could be a round win. It could be a round win in the control, at least some sort of resistance in that part. It could be an overall map win. But it's just this is just unfortunate at this moment that this is the case, that these two are playing, and KGK just, they're not looking like a KGK we might have seen against other competitors in the middle of their bracket or group or teams below. There's a massive jump of a difference in the competition. When you look at Zealous Squad and then every other team below that player, below that team in the group. And man, I'm salivating at the thought of playoffs. Whenever I see this Zealous Squad team, just how interesting and how incredible and how potentially challenging it might look when you match up some of the powerhouses over on the other side of the the other side of the league. The Group A, that is a lot more competitive. You got Flawless in the mix there. You have Hi-Fi and ADS that have a lot of really great really great reputations there with their players, and of course their records together. You also have the likes of Divine Future and Redux Rain, who have been battling it tooth and nail for that 4th spot in the group. It's going to be interesting to see how things sort of shape up to end things off there, and then who will be in that 4th spot to then take on Zealous Squad in the first round of the playoffs. That's ultimately, that's like one of the biggest questions on everybody's mind there, is like, who's going to be having to play Zealous Squad in these earlier rounds in the playoffs. Who's playing them first round, who would be their second round competition if that one gets passed. Will we see Zealous Squad have to make something out of a losers bracket run, or will they make it all the way to the grand finals just through winners bracket alone? Like, are they that formidable? Will they take down some of those really strong looking teams in the other group that put up really extremely entertaining matches, and with some really one-sided results as well? And you also have to keep in mind, got a dark horse team in this group that they were able to dodge out on having to play in that OP Black roster that's recently been added in, that's been winning match after match. They're on an unbeaten streak of 3 in a row, I think now, with no maps lost, or one map lost across all of those 3 matches. So it's going to be interesting to see how things shape up with them. But we do have another map and mode to still come up to here. We will have the control on Raid for you guys shortly, as I'll take a small break to set that all up, and then we will be in for the matchup in just a moment, guys. Stay tuned for that one. Raid control up next, 2-0 for Zealous Squad right now over the Kings Grant Killers, that aren't really killing much on the maps so far, but we'll see. Control up next. We are in here, folks, for the matchup. This is the potentially last map, and looking like potentially looking like the last map of this matchup here, as we will see the side of Zealous Squad with offense to start off here. In the control, they will decide to just clear off all the defensive players here. They work through the middle of the map and then into the A area. And man, just nothing able to be mustered resistance-wise off of the break here for this side of Team KGK. As Hidden's gonna go to where we saw Envoy in the control. Dipping, ducking, and dodging here in this basketball court. He's gonna be able to grab himself more kills, but Hope on a 7 streak to start stuff off on his first life. Unfortunately, I did not go to his POV. That would have been absolutely sublime to look at. But Hidden also going on a streak with his first life, though. Very passive play over at B basketball court. He will be on 4 in a row, looking to continue to shut down anybody that comes down these stairs. But he will instead be shut down there by Nick. Nick will grab himself 2 big kills, and that's going to open up the hill for him to jump onto and help clear some points. He will be stunned out by one of the players inside of Kitchen. And Kitchen control, this is how these offensive teams do win these maps. Usually, win this map is by getting Kitchen control and then ultimately stacking up that point with 1 to 2 players, getting ticks to go by in a faster pace. Hidden will not be able to drop the player in ball court. There will be now 2 in ball court. Nick will grab himself a second. Make that 3 for Nick. The man building a house here brick by brick, kill by kill, out of the bodies of Zealous Squad in this moment. Maybe a little doggy house if with the 3 that he has built up, but unfortunately that is all he will be able to muster on that life, as he will drop. State Chill coming off the spawn here, looking to try to do some damage to some of the players over by the point. Zealous Squad continue to farm these members, and KGK down to their last 2 legs. Make that 1 left with Stay Chill up in L. He should be aggressed forward on Faith. Gonna look to try to grab the kill here on him in Kitchen, and he will make a meal out of his opponent here in Kitchen. Carves him up like the turkey on Thanksgiving. And Hope, I talked about him shredding the Hope. Well, he's absolutely shitting on all the Hope KGK has of even grabbing themselves grabbed themselves around in the S&D. He just took them down in that regard there. And you're also looking at the fact that he's also doing some dirty stuff here in this one, as him and Kez are both tied at the top of the board here, on top of the table for Zealous Squad, and the map itself at a 9 and 4, and shots will rain out in the middle of the map. The trades come through. Faith and Hope come together. It's interesting that Faith and Hope are the names of 2 players on the Zealous Squad. It really brings me back to my biblical days. Makes me feel like maybe this org is starting to have potential religious connections or something of that nature. Just these names are very very innocent and humble and and pious. But sometimes these players act bar not any of those things. But haven't heard much from Faith in terms of anything, ego-esque. In my opinion, I haven't heard much. And Hope and Hidden, the only ones I've really heard much from. And we've seen Hope's or Hidden's ego show up a bit in this match with the body shots. Now Faith looking to try and grab Stage Hill from behind. He will for the 6th kill. Make that 7 as he cleans up Smurfrai. Wrapped around his finger is the side of Team KGK in this spawn area. He's going to be lurking over here at AC, and he will drop to Nick, who takes him down, but not after a streak was earned. Clarity going to take down Hidden. Looking for more kills. He will be slowed down here as he's not able to come across anybody. Will he check below him here? He won't, as Kez will find a cringe kill and a cringe spot just outside of bottom art. Hidden gonna move on in, look to kill off a few more players off the spawn here, take down Clarity here by driveway, plow the driveway and plow the side of Team KGK. Smurfrai hopping onto B, giving his team some last minutes here to potentially get some kills on the board. Hope will take him down, and that should be the round as well, going by way of Zealous Squad. Kez gonna grab himself a beer after. No, he can't drink. He can't gonna grab himself a nice, cool, tall glass of whatever drink he wants after this massive win his team is getting themselves with. And here is it's gonna be, they're gonna have a dozen. Once they take this series, guys, it will be a dozen wins for them and no losses. A doozy of a dozen 3-0 flawless victories on their record here in the league, and they're continuing this flawless record. You know, it'd be interesting to see if it gets snapped before the playoffs, as next week they will have to face off against the Dawn of Chaos roster, who has been their rivals, talked about rivals for practically the entirety of the league, as soon once the side of that Zealous Squad had entered. With the relationship a few of them have with Drake, their the side of Dawn of Chaos is, I think, coach and former captain. Those streaks are going to start to come out. Hope will start to use them to take down these players on the side of Team KGK. He will not find any of them. And like 2 ships passing in the night, he passes right by number 8, Nick. So his position in the back here by Laundry will continue to be unnoticed. And he will continue to cause spawn-outs over at the basketball court. Hope will look out and over at Smurfry, drop him. Like a few teams recently in the ALG League have had to drop a few players. Even in the CDL, we've been seeing players being dropped down to the bench, like Slasher, as the 100 Thieves have been absolutely on a roll with the missing of that player and the addition of Draza, who has been absolutely electric for the roster. Another super sub with a standy effect, we like to call it, for the side of the 100 Thieves. And it would be quite interesting to see if they do ultimately take down New York in their matchup, get a rematch victory here to answer the loss they had against them in that group stage before. Faith will grab a big kill to open up himself in the Freedom onto B for his team, as it's just 4 lives left for Team KGK. 4 lives that determine the fate of this team in the matchup here. And, well, all down to 1 is Nick. He's going to be swarmed in money, and he will be taken down. That is going to be a 3-0 victory for the boys of Zealous Squad on the day in the map. 6-0 in the S&D, and a 50-point club winning in that hard point. This was an absolutely dominant series from start to finish from the boys of Zealous Squad. Perfection is the name of the game for them. It's been what they've been delivering so far in the league, and just nothing slowing them down. It's going to be up to whether or not we see the Dawn of Chaos side take a map off of them in their matchup next week on stream. That will be the, I think that's going to be one of 3 really impressive matches on stream next week. We got, ADS Gaming is going to be up against the likes of, Redux Rain, I believe. I'm going to have to double check that one right here for you folks, just to make sure I got all the really, I would say, marquee matchups of the groups here for next week. We got ADS Gaming versus Redux Rain on stream. We have Hi-Fi versus Flawless on stream. So those are 2 absolutely, I would say, pivotal matchups in that group, for that Group A. And when looking over at Group B, you're going to look over at the Dawn of Chaos matchup against Zealous Squad as being the most important one there. And, I would probably also say that on stream, another interesting one would probably be that Las Vegas Spades versus 302 Gold matchup, because that one will be very important in determining the fate of either of those 2 teams and who really stays afloat in that top 4. Because, you got a matchup KGK gets next week that will be against on stream against Velas, and then off stream against Spades. So that both of Spades' matches will be very important. You got 302 Gold, who are up against off stream OP Black, who will will look to probably take that one. You got OP Black also with an off-stream match. With an on-stream match not happening for them because OTB Esports unfortunately left the league. They've dropped out of the league. They will be getting a free win for that one, but an off-stream match against Doc that same week. So it's going to be interesting to see if maybe we can shuffle things around. We can give you some more of these banger matches with all these openings here with obviously these default wins the teams are getting. So we'll see what we can do there in that situation with those situations here. We'll talk about it behind the scenes and figure out what we'll do with that. But for now, folks, thank you so much for tuning on in. I got more matches I got another match to cast tonight, over on a different channel. It's going to be interesting to see how that matchup goes. It's going to be Oculus Performance Black scrimming up against the side of the Las Vegas Spades, another team in their group that they've already beaten. I believe beaten. They beat 3-0 already. So it's going to be interesting to see how that matchup goes in their rematch off stream in a best of 5. Over on Oculus Performance's channel on Twitch. Actually, no, it's going to be over on my Twitch channel. So if you guys, yo, that's even cooler. Okay, so guys, check out my Twitter. You guys can check out my Twitch as well. I'm going to be casting that match up as well after. But GG's to both these teams here. Kings Grant Killers and Zealous Squad. Kings Grant Killers hit the books. Work on all. Take this matchup and all the VOD from it. Really use it to a full extent to really figure out your team's flaws more and attack them more concisely and really get things together, because your team has some really important matches to still be played. You got OP Black as your off-stream match this week. You have next week 2 extremely vital matches that you must win to really stay in that top 4 contention. That's all I have really to say there. But thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Make sure to drop follows to the social medias. You got mine, you got Ray's, you got to find these 2 teams as well. Drop their social media some follows for sure. The Zealous Squad one, they're they're a young roster, a young organization. They definitely could deserve some more follows, and I'd love to see you guys send them some there. And also stay in touch with ALG through the socials that you guys can see on screen. Go send those follows, subscriptions, and whatnot. Drop a like on this video as well. Helps people notice this one with the YouTube algorithms and all. So maybe our league can get some more exposure to grab more viewers down the line. And tell me, guys, I'm going to be getting a new mic. So as I do more and more matches, especially this one here, as I change the positioning of my current mic to maybe see if it can help my voice a bit more. Let me know what you guys think. Is it an improvement? The movement and change and adjustment on my mic's positioning here, or do I just need to just invest in a completely new mic to really help things out? Let me know. Throw me some of those recommendations. If you guys got any mic recommendations, that would be cool too. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to check out all the CDL action that went on today, man. It's just action packed. My boys Toronto Ultra upsetting Optic Gaming. Sorry for the spoiler there. And other spoilers, you got maybe one more spoiler I'll tell you about is the reverse sweep that you saw from the London. You saw London gets reverse swept by the 100 Thieves. So those are the 2 best matches so far that I've seen today. The Dallas and New York one is a really good one too, just to watch up. And massive shoutouts to some of these players too that have played these matches. This matchup today, really standout players. You got Hope and Dylan. Kez and Faith, the newcomer to this roster, being added after he got dropped from Dawn of Chaos, was FA for a few weeks and then picked up here to play with the Zealous Squad roster. And really great addition to this one. It should be a treat to see their competition together. To see this team continue to grow together in our league and in other leagues as a foursome. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Have a good rest of your day and stay safe, and come enjoy some more Call of Duty with me over on my channel later this evening. If you guys want, I'm going to be casting another match around 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So stick around for that. This should be a good one. And as always, guys, stay safe and I don't know, drink responsibly. Yeah, drink responsibly, guys. So.